we have this concept and this, which is really an illusion of that man, that external reality, or whether it's your career, whether it's money, whether it's a relationship, that thing is going to give us that love, that is going to make us feel more happy or more worthy or more lovable. And that is the trap that we fall into. So we're constantly looking for the external to give us certain feelings. And when I haven't, then I'll feel this way. So becoming the love that you're seeking for is that which you seek for in a partner. And this is big, is what you perceive you're missing within you. Hi, Danny. That I'm going to repeat it because I think this is really powerful. That which you're seeking for outside or in a partner is that which you perceive you are lacking within you. So for example, for many women, we associate a lot that attention to being loved. So when we don't have that attention, we feel that we're not seen, that we're not lovable, that we're not worthy enough, or that we're not perfect enough. And this is the associations that we have around love, and that creates like more separation within ourselves. Those are the parts of ourselves that are literally lacking that love. So for example, for men, this can reflect in when they're looking for sex, for example, or pleasure, is because which is connected to the feminine energy, is because they perceive they're lacking it within themselves. So usually the feelings that we look for outside is because we think that we don't have them within yet, and that person is going to make me whole. So then we are creating relationships based on lack. Yeah? And we think that when that person enters our reality, we're going to feel whole. And this is the thing that we have to start questioning, because our worthiness is depending then on the external. This is why we put so much in a pedestal, like, or doing more, or our intelligence, or how pretty or not pretty we are, or this and that. Like, we associate that to our worth. When you start to question that, you remember your truth, that you're worthy, period. And that the worthiness is from the inside. And the external becomes the bonus, okay? Because now now many people are reading so many different stories in St. Valentine, praising that we're single, praising that we're in a relationship. And it's not about putting in a pedestal one or the other. It's about you, even if you're in a relationship, feeling love, worthiness in your loneliness, and that relationship adds you up. Does this mean that relationship is not going to trigger you anything? No, absolutely not. The relationship is the biggest mirror, and it's going to activate many of your wounds and fears. And that's how we grow, taking responsibility. And on the other side, if you are single right now, it's also embracing that journey and falling deeply in love with yourself. So you don't choose a relationship from a place of I need it. Because sometimes this is where we enter relationships. I don't want to be alone, or I fear being alone. And from this energy of need, we create obviously a relationship that is going to reflect that something is missing or not enough. Yeah? So it's bringing awareness to those patterns, no? And for me, this is really a reminder now that we have this 14th of February, St. Valentine, a reminder of choose this day. Even if you're in a relationship, choose it as an opportunity to celebrate love. And you don't need, obviously, St. Valentine to celebrate love. For me, it's about celebrating it each day. But use this day as a permission slip to love yourself deeper. How can I choose to love myself deeper today? Maybe through a self-care practice or ritual, or inviting yourself, to a massage, or whatever it is, or spending time alone with you and feeling the sensations that are in your body. And that is more powerful than the actual celebration itself with a partner, which for example, I'm going to celebrate with my partner. But I first decided to celebrate with me. to remind myself, on how I choose me above all. So observe where in your life are you operating from this need energy of this, when I have the relationship or the money or something external, I'm going to feel fulfilled. Because that is never going to happen. You're going to reach to that goal or to that relationship or to that money, and then you're going to feel like it's not enough. There's something missing. I feel empty. And I would use this day for those that are as well, I don't know, even if you're in a relationship or not, actually you can do this. Observe the patterns that you attract in relationships. Because I see this a lot, and this is when no transformation happens. We blame, it's men. There are no men anymore, right? Or all the men that I find or ghost me or don't commit or this or that. And it's time to revise your beliefs, because we are attracting based on our belief systems. And I know maybe these words can trigger you in this moment, and if they trigger, good, because this means something is moving within. And when we blame the outside, we're not looking within. And if we don't look within, and we're giving our power away, we're saying you're the cause of what I'm feeling. And in that, there is no transformation. So I feel this is an opportunity to revise. What are you believing about men? How are you going to see this? Seeing the men that you attract. Because there's so much blame now around it. And for men, the same, the woman that you attract. Observe it. Also your associations that you have around X type of woman. Because those in the end are beliefs, but they're not the truth. It's based on your past experiences, and then you adopted that story, that belief, and obviously you are filtering life from those lenses. And this is when you say, see, but I attracted this. See, men are this way. See, women are da-da-da. And then obviously you're never going to grow there, because we're blaming the external. So this is an opportunity for you to take responsibility on this love area, whether it's romantic, whether it's the love through your body, whether it's the love in your career, because in the end, love can be experienced in so many different ways. And observe, what are you creating in the external that is mirroring a set of beliefs around yourself. And I feel this is the biggest act of self-love. The biggest act of self-love is looking within. The biggest act of self-love is stop blaming the outside and seeing what the outside is mirroring about you. Not to judge it, but actually from a place of self-love. Because we sometimes think that is blame. Oh, but is it then that I'm judging myself or blaming myself? Is it my fault? It's not about it's my fault. Responsibility and fault are very different. Responsibility is, wow, these have been unconscious patterns that I've kept repeating again and again, and that I made that my truth about myself. And then you get to question it. Questions up to here. I'm going to read the comments. Anna, I'm so happy you're here. You look amazing. Thank you. I'm already ready for some Valentine. Red. I'm already ready. So while my partner's getting ready, I was like, I'm just going to pop by and just come and say like a few words around, well, what this day for me, this day represents even a bigger reaffirmation of loving you. Even if I'm in partnership. Because what I've learned, like 2024 for me, after the breakup and creating this new relationship from a new version of me, was falling in love with my whole journey and choosing me above all. So I feel that this is an opportunity to observe like the love in different areas of your life. Connected to your career, are you connected to love? Or what is in your career mirroring you? Connected to your romantic relationships, to your sexuality? Do you feel guilt? Do you feel shame? Do you hide parts of you? Do you make them wrong? Do other women trigger you when they are in their power? Marta, my love, I'm so excited that you're here, girl. You're on fire in every Instagram live that I'm doing here. Yes, go you. Super committed to your growth. So observe. And like, this is your moment to ask me any questions around love, relationships, self-love, healing. fears, blockages. Chica guapa, you are guapa. And you saying now this, around the prettiness of a woman. I feel like connected to this self-love, a woman that loves herself deeply is going to radiate it from the inside out. And it's an energy, it's a vibration that person emanates. And it doesn't come from saying out affirmations of I love myself, looking in the mirror, I'm lovable. No, I don't think it's going beyond the mind to the body. And I feel like seeing the experiences and transformations of my clients, because in the end, when you transform the relationship with yourself, your outer world responds to this energy and you create a life you love. What I've seen in my clients, the more we dive deep into those fears, into those insecurities, into those doubts, into our shadows, into those subconscious parts of ourselves that we haven't yet met or integrated, or we run away for a long time from ourselves, when we start to face it, we start developing true self-love. Because in the end, self-love comes when you integrate your light and your shadow. Because it's very easy to just show the parts of you that you love, but the parts that were made wrong because someone judged it, someone rejected, when you start to see them, when you start to see them with love, when you start to face those fears and no longer hide those parts of yourself, that is a woman and a man in the truest power. That is true strength. Many men think or have the conditioning or the story that strength is not feeling, but it's the total opposite. It requires so much courage to dive deep into those uncomfortable feelings that it's the complete opposite of not feeling. So sometimes we associate that strength to not feeling, but it's the opposite. It requires so much courage to open that door and see yourself. And a human being that radiates that beauty, that glow, and you feel it, and you truly feel it. It's a human being that has had the courage to face those shadows and those fears. Speaking the truth, no longer hiding those parts of themselves that were made wrong once, and expressing them. And showing up in true authenticity is that. I'm not bringing this version of me here and then here, and with my partner this, and with my clients this, and at work this, and here another. No, I get to be me full time. But that comes as well with so much projections and rejections from those that are not living their truth. And what we do here is we hide or we dim parts of ourselves. And this is when we should even shine brighter, because that's what's going to inspire those that are ready to uplift themselves, to expand, to evolve. But when we hide those parts due to the fear of being judged and rejected, who we are truly rejecting is ourselves. And that is the opposite of loving ourselves. So this is an invitation in this day today of how can we start radiating that love. What is a woman in her power? It is a woman that has the courage to face those fears, to face those shadows, to see those parts and start expressing them. That's you becoming your fullest expression. And there is so much shame and guilt in many parts of ourselves. The feminine is connected. The feminine energy in both men and women is connected to this sexual energy. It's connected to this sensuality. It's connected to this creativity. It's connected to this expression, this liveliness. And this can only, we connect to it when we are embodied. And we are a society that has disconnected from their body. We're very in the mind. What does that mean? Logical, rational, disconnecting from our emotions, from our feelings. An embodied human being, an embodied woman, is a woman that is connecting to the wisdom of her body. And that can only happen the moment that we open the door to feel it all, versus making parts of ourselves like, oh no, this version I don't like. She's too much. She's too intense, or she's too shy, or she's not good enough, or too sexual, or the contrary. And we make those parts wrong, or we hide them, or we just show them with certain people. A woman that radiates love is a woman that is embracing her full spectrum, that multidimensional being that we are. So I hope this message lands for you to start seeing those parts that you have hidden for a long time, that you have rejected, that were made wrong once. When you start sitting with that, you get to know yourself deeper. And we can only love ourselves when we face those parts, which comes from knowing ourselves at a deeper level. Hi, Grey and Beautiful. I'm so happy that you're here. I'm actually finishing, but... So, I don't know if there is any question that you would like to bring. Okay, yesterday I was actually with my clients. Well, yesterday, Wednesday, God, I don't even know what day I live. But we did a powerful meditation connected actually to this. These parts of us, the fear of being seen, these parts of us that were rejected once, and the pain that we carry, how to transform it into power, And there were so many patterns connected to this, hiding this part that maybe feels or too much, or that once showed up in authenticity or spoke her truth and then she was rejected, so we decide to hide it. And I feel this is a big one, this fear of being seen, which in the end is a fear of being judged and rejected. So we start suppressing these parts of ourselves. Those are the parts that we want to see. Those are the parts that we want to start integrating. And you're going to start awakening this love at a deeper level. But it's the only way that we experience higher levels of love is when we actually dive deep into our consciousness. Like, the way out is only through. There's just no other. Even if you want to try to go another way, it's through. Through those fears, we rise like a phoenix. Okay, so a tool or ritual that you can do today is actually sending a letter to yourself of love. Writing the things that you're so proud of you, writing what makes you unique, and focus on the inside, not the parts of you that maybe you like externally, but actually the parts of you that you're going to bring awareness and start valuing from the inside. This can be your love, this can be your empathy, this can be your ability to hold space maybe for others, your nurture, whatever it is. And send a letter to yourself of love. Saying the things that you value about you, because it seems like that it's like nothing. Oh, that's not going to make a difference, but it does, because we don't stop and see those parts of us that make us unique. We put our value in the external things, in our doing, in our intelligence, in our careers, in our bank account, in our relationships, and we forget to stop and see the value from the inside. So this is a beautiful exercise for you to start to see that your worthiness comes from the inside, which is ultimately the path of self-love as well. Okay, so I hope this served, and this is an invitation to look at yourself from deeper love, and that comes from those parts that you tend to reject or hide, to actually see them. Beautiful, guys. Well, I'm gonna go now and enjoy my date. Thanks for being here. Thanks to those that are catching on the replay. I hope today it's saved, because I did a live yesterday. It was on this topic because I thought that today maybe I didn't have the time, and it decided not to save. So, so this one is gonna save, and I really hope it serves. Thanks to all, and bye-bye for now. Thank you, darling. Do you have any question around it before I leave? Okay. Well then, bye-bye for now, guys.